Hey everyone, it's Michelle. Today's video will be my April monthly reset. So reflecting on March and preparing for the month of April. We're already well into April, but I still wanted to get this video up for you. And I'm just sitting outside right now because it's been overcast for a good chunk of March. And when I see sun, I immediately just need to go out on my balcony and sit in it. So I thought I would film today's introduction for this video while outside enjoying the sun. This monthly reset video won't be as long as my previous one. The previous one was just an introduction into the whole series in general that I'm trying to do for this year, just because I want to expand my content outside of skincare. There is skincare content in this video. I do share with you my monthly skincare empties, but I just wanted to add some more on top just so you get an idea of who I am as a person and just to do something different with my channel. In this monthly reset video, I'll talk about my health and fitness and how it relates to my skin, so it will also be a quick skin update in that regard. I'll show you all my skincare empties as well as some other beauty product empties for the month of March. And my nail polish collection, I actually sorted through it this month, painted my nails along the way, and decluttered some of the colors I barely use but are still in good condition, so I'm most likely going to give those away to family or friends. But I take you through my nail polish collection as well. Those are the top 3 things that I'll be mentioning in today's monthly reset. Being outside in the sun was very short-lived as the clouds took over already, so I moved back inside into my bed underneath covers because it is rather cold today. I don't know what's happening this month. I'm just over the cold in general. Yes, it's not in the negatives, but still I was hoping for 15 to 18 degree weather by this time last year. I was out on a patio having lunch in my leather jacket with a friend in the sun, feeling nice and warm, and it's not the same feeling this year. So yeah, a little bit moody in that regard, but otherwise all is good. Now moving on to health and fitness, how it went for the month of March. So I mentioned in my last monthly reset that I started bullet journaling, and in my bullet journal I have been habit tracking, and a lot of it has to do with health and fitness. I wanted to track how often I ate high fat, low carb. I'm rather flexible with it, to be honest. Like, I love eating rice, so if there's a meal that's calling for rice, I will not deny myself. For the most part, for the month of March, when it comes to high fat, low carb, I ate about 90% high fat, low carb, and then there was 10% on the days where I didn't stick to it. And last month I did say that the 90-10 rule probably suited me best. The problem is that with the 10% of not sticking to the high fat, low carb, I was still eating processed carbs. So it wasn't nature's carbs. It wasn't just simple rice or potatoes, anything like that. I was eating desserts because we were going out quite a bit. We had some family visiting, and in those times we ate out, I definitely had some type of processed carb, even some foods cooked in vegetable oils, which I tend to avoid majority of the time. But the past month was a bit difficult to avoid those circumstances, and even then, only that 10% of the time when I ate like that, I still broke out in a couple of cysts. You could see the marks still on my chin here. Even though the acne didn't last as long and the marks are fading away pretty quickly, I still don't like the fact that I broke out in a couple of pretty inflamed cysts. So for this month, I think the 90-10 rule is working out well for me, but I need to take it upon myself that when it comes to higher carb days, to not go for the processed type of carbs. Again, rice, fruits, potatoes, totally okay with all that stuff. Try to stick to whole foods as much as possible and not succumb to the deliciousness that is chocolate cake, gelato, all that tasty stuff that is always never good for you. Now moving on to fitness, last month I said I wanted to make an effort to have some type of movement every day. So even though I go to the gym 3 to 4 times a week, which I did keep up with as well in the month of March, on the off days I still wanted to do some type of movement, either a yoga session or just a long walk in the park. Again, for the month of March, the weather wasn't the best. I do go out on very long walks. I'm talking 4 or 5 hour walks on Sundays most of the time, but the other off days during the week, so the 2 to 3 off days, a lot of it I just stayed at home and didn't really move a whole lot. I just rested, stayed cozy, and while it's good to have a rest day, I still wanted to do some type of gentle exercise like walking or yoga or something. It was only near the end of the month that I went to a yoga class with a friend. I actually really enjoyed it, and I even went today, and we're thinking of picking up some passes so we could go more frequently. But overall, to give a number for the number of times I did a minimum of 30 minutes a day of movement, I stuck to that about 87% of the time for the month of March, which is really good. If you knew who I was years ago, I was not keeping track of this at all. I wasn't even going out on walks, wasn't going to the gym, wasn't doing stretches at home. I was super dormant, not doing anything. So this just in itself is a huge improvement, and I'm not trying to push myself to the point where I overly exert myself on a daily basis. Strength training is really important for my health, but again, the off days, I just want to do some type of gentle movement. And I think what I'll be trying to do for the month of April is to incorporate long walks whenever I can when the weather is nice, but also go to some more yoga classes. Another point I want to talk about for health and fitness is I started intermittent fasting again. I used to do it in the past, but then I heard here or there that it's not the best for women to do. But I read Dr. Mindy Pell's Fast Like a Girl, watched a ton of her videos, and so I started actually charting my cycle so that I can intermittent fast appropriately. So I did that for a majority of March. I started intermittent fasting more seriously after maybe 10 days into the month of March, but I did so based on my cycle as recommended by Dr. Mindy Pell, and so far so good. I've had zero issues whatsoever. Hasn't really been difficult at all. So I will continue intermittent fasting into the month of April. But what I would like to try for the month of April, and my husband and mother-in-law are going to do the same with me, is to try at least a 24-hour fast. I learned from Dr. Mindy Pell that a 24-hour fast will help to recreate a new mucosal lining in our stomach, which is very important for gut health. And if my focus with health and fitness is to do with gut health, and I'm very cognizant of it, I thought, why not give it a try? I have gone up to 19 hours of intermittent fasting, so I think 24 hours is definitely achievable, especially because I eat about 100 grams of protein a day, and I'm always well satiated from the high fat, low carb way of eating. And to have someone do it with me, such as my husband, who I live with, and with my mother-in-law, I think it is more than achievable. I forgot to mention the reason why I'm doing intermittent fasting is that I just don't think it's all that natural to just be eating and snacking all the time. When I started snacking more, I realized something was wrong about my main meals, that I wasn't getting the nutrition I needed in my lunch and dinners. So I wanted to focus on making my meals more whole foods based, of course, and just making sure I'm getting the appropriate amount of protein and fat per meal, and just test myself. I just want to see how I can push my body, not too strenuously. So trying intermittent fasting and closing in on my eating window, I have noticed that I've been having no problems whatsoever. It's actually been very easy because I've been so satiated after every meal from eating high fat, low carb. But with intermittent fasting, it's overall just to monitor my general health, use it as a tool for my overall health. I want to control my blood sugar levels. I am suspecting that the reason I still break out is something to do with insulin resistance, and that's why I still get these breakouts. I don't know, I'm still trying to figure it out, but clearly there is something at work here with what I eat, the amount of processed food that I eat or carbs I eat, and how my skin reacts to it. My skin's pretty quick at reacting to what I consume. So intermittent fasting is just being used right now as a tool to help me heal my body. It's not necessarily about deprivation. I do want to slowly train my body for longer fasts, and I think the 24-hour one will be a good tester later on in the month, or during the certain parts of my cycle. So we'll see how that goes. But anyways, that's it for the health and fitness portion of this monthly reset, my March reflections and April preparations. New month, new broth. These were some beef bones. I already took out the bone marrow in it. Yum yum. It's a little batch, but nonetheless, it will be delicious. Easy peasy. I did a lower body workout today, had lunch in the midst of enjoying my afternoon coffee, and just lazily getting ready to deal with the mess that's in front of me right now. This is a bag of empties for the month of March, but as we mosey on over here to the table, as you can see, I'm organizing quite a bit right now. I will organize the rest of this mess in a moment. In the meantime, I just want to finish my coffee for the afternoon before it gets cold. Let's see what I emptied out for the month of March. It's not just skincare, we got some makeup and hair care in here as well. So let's get right to it. First item, it's the one hair care product I emptied out. It's the Pantene Pro V Miracles Frizz No More Conditioner. This is great for the price. Under $6 Canadian does a great job at conditioning my hair. And I find that if you have a really good conditioner, there's absolutely no need for a hair mask. This is one of those conditioners that just performs really well. And again, you can't go wrong with the price. Highly recommend. This was actually recommended to me from a friend. I loved it so much, I already purchased another bottle of it. There is more skincare than there is makeup, so I'll just go in with the makeup first and then deal with the skincare last. So this is the Urban Decay All-Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. This is not completely emptied, but it is old. I have not used this in such a long time. I forgot I had it. So to me, that's a sign that this has to go. Next makeup empty, it is the Indeed Labs Nanoblur Color Corrector in the shade green. I think this is an old formula. I believe they reformulated the whole line in general. I love this. This was one of my favorite primers I've ever tried. It did a great job at canceling out the redness of my skin. I've already featured this in a couple of videos. I'll leave a link to those in the description box down below. As much as I loved it, I don't think I plan on repurchasing this anytime soon, just because I haven't been wearing a whole lot of makeup lately, and when an occasion calls for wearing makeup, I'm pretty content with my skin and don't feel like I need to use a primer anymore. When I feel like I need to just spruce up my complexion, I go in with concealer. This is my favorite concealer of all time, next to the RMS Beauty one. This is the Cosas Revealer Super Creamy and Brightening Concealer. It's a very long name. I'm in the shade 3.20. That is for skin with olive undertones. This is my favorite concealer of all times. I already repurchased it. This is almost empty, but not completely. It already started to go. It started smelling like crayons. Definitely used it a bit longer than I should have. But when I took a trip to Canada, I picked up another one. So I am ready to let this one go and open up the other tube. Second last makeup empty / skincare product, the Color Science Total Eye 3-in-1 Renewal Therapy SPF 35 PA3+. This is a mineral sunscreen for the eye area. It is tinted. I have the shade medium here. I already have a backup that I cracked open. Love using this around my eyes. Does not irritate my eye area. Has really good cover correcting abilities. It does not dry out my eye area, irritate it in any way. Just really gentle to use. It is expensive, but this does last a long time depending on how you use it, and I still plan on using it. If you are looking for a dedicated eye SPF, this one is really good, but it definitely is expensive. So if you are on a budget, just go for an all mineral stick SPF. You could just use that around your eyes instead. But if you want something more elegant that provides really nice color correcting abilities without drying your under eye areas, plus the SPF factor, this one's very good. Last makeup empty is the NYX Cosmetics Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Ash Brown. I already purchased another one of these as well as the color Taupe. I have changed my eyebrow routine. Instead of a brow gel, I find that brow pencils just suit my routine better because I have very sparse brows. I did do microblading years ago, and I just find that pencils look way better for my brows than the gel does. Now moving on to skincare. Let's start with this one because it's not fully empty, but it's very old. This is the P20 Sun Care for Kids SPF 50+, and it has very high UVA protection. I did not finish this because it is just so greasy. I did not like applying this at all. Even on my body, I did not like applying it. I was begrudgingly using it just to finish it up, but I did not enjoy it. A bit of a shame because I've heard such good things about it, but it's just not for me. And I've let this sit in my cabinet for too long. It's time to let this one go. Next skincare empty is the Aquaphor Healing Ointment. I originally purchased this for myself as an occlusive to use at night or to mix in with my moisturizer throughout the day if my skin was drier. And this actually ended up being emptied by my husband. He really liked using this on his hands, sometimes face, but mostly hands. And yes, as you can see, this was the large tube that we cut open. We managed to save another little pot of Aquaphor. So be sure to cut open your tubes to see what's left. Another tube that's been cut open and filled up a little pot is the new La Roche-Posay Cicaplast Balm B5 Plus. Did a full review on this last year in December, so I'll leave a link to that in the description box down below. Love this product. It's a must-have in my skincare collection. It's just good for all things skin. Second last empty of March is my Retin-A Micro Prescription at 0.1% tretinoin. I already opened up another bottle of this. If you are interested in how I use it in my skincare routine and why I use it, I'll leave a link to my latest skincare routine video in the description box down below. It's actually my new baseline skincare routine. So the template, the blueprint, the must-have items in my skincare routine. I did both nighttime and morning skincare routines. Be sure to check that out. Last empty for the month of March is the Dr. Belmer Atos Salt Cream. It's not really empty, it's just very old, but I did use this quite a bit, especially when I was traveling a lot more for work and for leisure. This was my go-to for the plane whenever my skin was feeling very dry. I would always crack this one open and just spot treat any very dry areas. I wish I kind of used it more liberally. I guess I was afraid to finish it up, but this was very good. I was pleasantly surprised. This was gifted to me by a family member. It came in a set. I already used up all the other Dr. Belmer items that came with it, but this one I was just afraid to use up because I liked it so much, so I solely used it as a spot treatment for very dry areas. I do wish that I did not have that mentality at the time, that I just finished up what I have, because this is not emptied and it's expired. So what was the point of being afraid of using this up if I liked it so much? And I could have just bought the full size of this if I really liked it. But anyways, if you are on the market for a nice travel size emollient cream for the plane, your leisures, or just a nice mini for your travels and you have drier skin, I think you'd like this. And that is it for my empties for the month of March. Coffee break done. I went ahead and organized my nail polish collection, and this is the section of nail polish that I'm keeping. I thought I would take you through what I have very quickly. If this corner isn't obvious enough, it's a bunch of polish from Holo Taco. I myself am a lover of holographic nails. Ever since I got them done at the salon for the first time, I've been in love ever since. And then I hear about Holo Taco and how they specifically have holographic nail polish in different colors. So as you can imagine, I most definitely had to pick some of those polishes up. These weren't the original purchases. I actually first made a purchase from the original rainbow collection. I picked up a few colors and then eventually added the rest of them to my collection. But right now I am in the midst of decluttering some of this nail polish. I most definitely don't reach for all of them as much as I used to, especially because I prefer the pastel rainbow collection a lot more. So I am going to be going through this box to see which ones will stay and which ones I will give away to family or friends because they're still in good condition. But anyways, let's get back to the pile that I'm keeping. So this here is the rainbow collection, the most reached for collection in my entire nail polish collection. Here are some top coats. We got holographic top coats, unicorn skin top coats, and a glossy top coat. And this box is filled with the opaque colors and glitter colors. This is one coat black. It is definitely just one coat. Same with the other two colors here. It's great. Love it. Love that Holo Taco nail polish dries very quickly as well. Very easy to use, and I only need 1 to 2 coats max. Definitely love this nail polish brand. Moving on to the next box, I have a row or so here of Picture Polish nail polishes. And these neon beauties are from Cirque Colors and their Vice collection. When I saw these neon colors, I absolutely had to have them. I love wearing neon colors in the warmer months, so I thought, why not have all the colors? I especially love this mint green color and the hot pink one. Those two are by far my favorites. Got a couple of classic Essie colors here, Russian Roulette and Sugar Daddy. Here are some powdered polishes for when I do mermaid nails. I have yet to do mermaid nails just because they do require a bit more patience and effort on my part, but I love mermaid nails as well. And here are a couple of China Glaze nail polishes that I got in PR a couple of years ago. It was the Jollywood collection. I gave away some of the colors to my mother. I am in the midst of decluttering more, but I kept these two. And finally, this is the box of my base coats, top coats, and tools. So I have some dotting tools in there, some brushes, stickers, jewels, all that good stuff. They're all in this box when I decide to go a little bit fancier with my nails. But all the old reliables are here, the base coats and the top coats. Now moving on to what I am decluttering or potentially decluttering. So the first two that's a most definite yes are these two right here. This nail polish I purchased years ago on my first trip to Korea. It is most definitely old. It has to go. This one is Sinful Colors. It's a white polish. But as you can see, there's some yellow in here. Even when I tried shaking the bottle, it wasn't going away. So I don't know if this can be fixed. If you know how to fix that, let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, I think I do need to toss it. Here are the rest of the nail polish from the Jollywood collection that I got in PR. These were the ones that I wanted to keep, but I just haven't reached for them as much as I wanted to, especially because I love the Holo Taco Pastel Rainbow collection a lot more. So I decided to let these go to friends and family. And then here's the original rainbow collection from Holo Taco. Still debating which ones I want to keep and want to let go of. I am leaning towards keeping this magenta jelly color, the blue, and the green. Anyways, this is the group of nail polish that I will be letting go of. Still going to make a decision about the polishes I will be keeping and letting go of in here. And this is what's staying, the rest of my nail polish collection that I love to use. I actually decided to take another quick break to paint my nails, so I decided to go with Bluebird. This is a collaboration with Kelly Marissa and Picture Polish. She is another nail polish YouTuber, but I picked out this color because I really like blue and I thought this was really nice, soft and pretty. So let's put it on my nails. It took about 3 coats to achieve this level of opacity. 2 was okay, but I still saw a bit of my nail peeking through. So I had to go with 3 coats. This is what the color looks like. I know it's not perfect, but I'll clean up my nails later. I just wanted to show you what it looks like. And I decided last minute to go in with the Holo Taco scattered top coat. I already added that onto my left hand, and it just adds a little bit something extra, you know? It just makes me think of a nice soft night sky when I added this top coat on. I don't know, it's just a lot prettier. Just to give a bit of perspective, this is the finger with some scattered Holo Taco, and this one is without. It just changes the mood a bit. Again, with the scattered Holo Taco, I feel like I'm looking at a nice soft night sky with sparkly stars. The one on the right has a bit of sparkle in it, but it just does not compare to that scattered Holo Taco. Table is cleared off, wiped down, my flowers got some fresh water, and they can just enjoy the daylight in peace. That is it for this April monthly reset. Not too many topics to talk about in this video, but I still hope you enjoyed the content nonetheless. I really needed to do an outro for this video. It took me a long time to film one. I've just been busy for the past few days. As you can see here, I got a really nice big one on my chin right now as a result from Easter weekend. If you celebrate, I hope you enjoyed spending some time with your family and close friends, loved ones in general. Just hope you had a good weekend. I definitely did, but this I'm not too happy about. Anyways, that is it for this video. Let me know how your clear skin journey is going in the comments down below. I'd love to read about it, and I will see you all soon. Ciao.